Expansion of a local construction company into an otherwise quiet Sioux City neighborhood brought homeowners to a special public meeting tonight.
Can't you find one that is farther away from a neighborhood?
Knife River Corporation wants to reclassify a 30-acre piece of land at 3700 Jefferson Street to allow for its expansion. Knife River hopes to use this land as a ready-mix plant, aggregate stone stockpile, and equipment parking area. Residents who live nearby worry about the noise, dust, traffic, and smell they say the operation will produce. Residents also worry about how their property value may change if Knife River moves in.
We want to be good neighbors, right? We've been in Sioux City for over 126 years. We employ 150 people in this community. And so we want to seek their input on the layout of this facility and address any concerns that there may be.
If City Council approves the rezoning plan, Knife River would need to create a site plan, which the council would also need to approve. City zoning planning officials say the input they got tonight could be helpful for that site plan.
Not only we as staff, but the petitioner council knows what to address. You know, what items do we look at? Where do we put landscaping and different elements? Where do we put the different aspects of the site? Where does access come from? So a lot of those issues can be resolved by review of the site plan.
Madsen says that the land is rezoned, but Knife River chooses a different location for its expansion. The City Council could rezone the land back to general commercial or for another use. The vote to rezone the land is on the council's September 9th agenda.